landscape may look majestic, but one wrong step could send a predator or prey tumbling into the abyss. Will they fight their way back, or is this where their story ends? The steep mountain terrain is a tough challenge, especially for the giant elephants. They can slide down the slopes, but on rocky terrain, elephants can have painful falls. What do you think if they cannot keep their balance on this dangerous terrain? Not yet over the shock of the incidents of pigs falling off trucks, the pig transport industry in China continues to witness serious incidents. Each overloaded truck, improperly covered, not only causes psychological harm to animals, but also causes a series of traffic accidents involving animals, causing great damage to both animals and humans. Cows falling off cliffs is not uncommon, especially in mountainous areas like Argentina, where cattle are raised to produce premium beef. It is estimated that such accidents can cost millions of dollars each year in damage to the supply chain of quality beef, reducing productivity and product value. Faced with harsh natural conditions, icy terrain and scarce food, red foxes also have to fight against eagles. This emphasizes that the red fox's struggle is a life and death struggle, demonstrating great survival ability. However, once the eagle has grabbed the red fox, its chances of survival are almost zero. The land where eagles dominate with harsh nature is where they are ready to confront other animals for the little food. According to statistics, the number of mountain goats in the Alps has decreased by about 30% in the past few years due to the fierce hunting of eagles. This shows the cruelty of wildlife. Mountain goats often forage on steep cliffs where grass grows in crevices and vegetation is scarce. However, they face great danger from the snow leopard, the notorious predator of the mountains. Nature here is unforgiving. Any mistake or negligence can be costly, from sudden attacks to desperate escapes. Nature is full of surprises and is a place where animals have to overcome countless difficulties to survive. Wild animals face great challenges every day, from natural disasters to the threat of predation. What do you think we need to do to protect these animals? Protecting nature requires not only individual action, but also public awareness. Together we can create a safer environment where animals and humans can live peacefully and sustainably. It doesn't stop there. The intense scenes are waiting for you behind. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments section. Sharp rocks knock down elk and roaring waterfalls block life. Nature, in its wild beauty, can be cruel. When lost in the woods, you can only survive by using basic skills such as setting up a tent, finding water and finding your way. One small mistake can send you into the abyss of no return, just like the elk. Have you ever wondered why the mother wild boar leads her cubs through this dangerous path? Is there something on the other side that can feed them all year round? Or is it their way home? This cruel scene, when they face danger, is inevitable. Their family is swept away, all is wiped out. Squirrels can jump from heights of up to 100 feet, covering great distances thanks to their ability to adjust their direction of fall and slow down.
Whoa!
However, they fail when they lack space to land safely. Tall buildings have become a big challenge for them, becoming the new obstacles. No longer just a natural disaster, the storm and flood disaster has made animal movement more difficult than ever. In the big picture, this herd of cows clearly does not belong in this harsh environment. The question is, why are these cows able to climb tall buildings? And why have humans not rescued them? What do you think of this neglect? On the cliff, a single slip could cause both of them to fall into the abyss. The Arctic wolf, with its hunting instinct, confronts the goat, which can cling to rocks, creating a relentless battle. Who will win? The eagle is considered the king of the sky and is a symbol of power and dominance. With a wingspan of up to 7.5 feet, eyesight 8 times that of humans, and sharp claws, It can attack a mountain goat. It has never lost before, but this time it was defeated by the mountain goat. I think maybe the mountain goat struggled so hard that the eagle lost control. In the Himalayas, ibex face the precarious cliffs, where life is fragile and death is always lurking. An estimated 200 ibex die each year when falling from the steep cliffs. This cruelty affirms that nature is unforgiving. Do humans dare to set foot in this place, where the race for survival in the high mountains has never been easy? Winning the big prize is never easy, and it is not for the lazy. Especially in the Spiti Valley, where snow leopards chase down mountain goats in a fierce fight to the death. Within seconds, snow leopards demonstrate terrifying hunting skills. Slipping will not save any animal. The dark side of this truth is that donkeys, bred in Tanzania to transport goods over steep roads, face a deep chasm, have no support, and when the load is too heavy, they cannot control themselves. This is a lesson in the cruelty of exploiting labour without considering their endurance. Donkeys need to be protected here. Wild boar and lion attacks have become a familiar story, but let's explore the real dangers behind them. On American farms, more than 6 million wild boars are ravaging the land, causing $1.5 billion, 0 cents in damage each year from crop damage and soil erosion, according to 2023 USDA data. And in the grasslands of South Africa, about 3,000 wild lions conflict with communities as their habitats shrink, according to a DEF report. But indiscriminate culling or trapping risks causing further harm, including disease, imbalance, or species loss. Is there a way to stop wild boars from ravaging farms without harming other wildlife? When faced with wild boars, American hunters have adopted a modern method that combines repelling sounds with iron cage traps. These two tools are used in parallel to control the destruction of wild boars without the need for guns, helping to reduce damage to the environment and protect the safety of the community. The sound technology emits sound waves similar to the sound of predators, causing wild boars to panic and stay away from crop areas. This method not only helps protect crops but also reduces damage by up to 25%, according to a 2023 USDA study. The repelling sounds combined with iron cage traps can automatically close when wild boars enter, ensuring no harm to other animals and increasing the capture rate by up to 70% compared to manual methods. Why use this method? Wild boars reproduce very quickly, up to 6 litters per year, and they destroy not only farms, but also cause ecological imbalance. Traditional hunting cannot keep up with their reproduction rates, and the use of firearms can lead to potential hazards, such as stray bullets, and negative impacts on the surrounding environment. Both methods are implemented in accordance with strict legal regulations, thereby helping to protect native species and ensure sustainability. In states like Texas, it is legal to set wire traps on private land. The USDA requires that all traps be humanely disposed of, with wild hog carcasses processed into food products such as jerky and sausages, which helps feed the community. As fields give way to savannas, parallel challenges arise, but the exacting principles remain. Old school methods, such as net traps, electric fences, or hunting dogs, they're outmatched like trying to stop a flood with a bucket. That's why the bravest take to the skies. Helicopter hunts, endorsed by wildlife experts, are the sharpest tool in the fight, capable of culling dozens of hogs in a single sweep. But it's no cheap thrill. Each flight burns $2,200, 0 cents an hour, with risk like mechanical failure or a stray shot hitting the wrong mark. Dawn broke over a devastated farm near the Atchafalaya Basin, where ploughed soil and trampled crops told the story of an invasion. A herd of 18 wild boars grazed near a cypress grove, oblivious to the approaching danger. Pilot James, a 12-year veteran, lowered the helicopter to reach the boars. At the open hatch, lead gunner Michael clutched his AR-15, his eyes fixed on the chaos below. Four shots rang out, each one pinpoint accurate, taking down the boars. But these were no ordinary boars. The herd did not scatter, it scattered. A stampede of strength and instinct that disappeared into the underbrush. James steered the helicopter toward the dense riverbank where the boars had gathered at midday. The fuel of time burned fast, and if the boars ran into the deep woods, the hunt would be lost. The problem isn't just hunting. It's farmers facing bankruptcy as feral hogs destroy 6 months' worth of crops in a matter of hours. It's ecosystems buckling under the weight of an invasive species that's destroying more than 600 species of plants and animals, eroding soil and spreading diseases like African swine fever that could devastate the global livestock industry. Nationwide, feral hogs cost the agricultural industry $2 billion, 0 cents a year, with Louisiana and Tennessee bearing the brunt of the damage as harvests are ruined. The nightmare stretches beyond the bayou. In Tennessee, hogs trample fields and stress livestock, pushing family farms to the edge. Local coalitions of hunters on ATVs and farmers with everything to lose. In one dawn raid, hunter Alex faces a charging hog, dropping it with a single steady shot. Veteran marksman Mark wastes no bullets. His precision is a masterclass in survival. Even humane solutions, such as steel pens that capture entire sounders without bloodshed, are gaining ground. But the hogs keep coming. Introduced in the 1500S, they've become a global wrecking crew, emitting 5 million tons of CO2 annually, equivalent to 2 million cars. Their destruction ripples through food chains, threatening deer, birds, and the delicate balance of the land. As the sun sets over the horizon, the hunters have knocked down 25 wild boars, including the king pig, who is protecting the fields that feed his family. This is not just a hunt, but a fight for community, for land, for a way of life. What do you think of this battle? Have wild boars torn apart your town, your farm, your story? Leave a comment, like and subscribe for the next chapter. The deep forest holds greater threats, and one wrong move could lead to disaster. Will these predators outsmart the wild boars, or will the swamp invaders win another victory? Watch as the battle begins. Well, come to Mouse Farm. In the heart of Papua New Guinea's Septic River floodplains, giant saltwater crocodiles, more than 15 feet long and weighing more than 1,100 pounds, glide silently through the water. These powerful creatures disrupt suburban life, raid livestock pens, and threaten the livelihoods of local farmers. The story is not just about hunting, but also about the silent struggles, the burden of tradition, and the mistakes hunters make in their search for balance. The Sepik River sustains more than 150 villages, home to thousands of people who rely on its waters for farming. However, saltwater crocodiles have made this livelihood a challenge. Dozens of pigs and chickens disappear from their pens each month, leaving families starved of resources. Warmer waters have pushed crocodiles closer to villages, with local surveys estimating more than 300 active in a 40-mile stretch. Traditional defences, such as bamboo fences and nighttime fires, are ineffective against these adaptable creatures. What happens when survival collides with heritage? How to face such a relentless force without losing position. Hunting the Sepik crocodile requires precision under pressure. Hunters aim at dawn or dusk, when the crocodiles lie on the riverbank, briefly exposed. hours must be spent waiting for a clear shot, avoiding ripples that cause dives. A backup shooter, synchronized by hand signals from a companion, is crucial to safety. However, even with these measures, a mistake can turn a hunt into a crisis, requiring constant concentration. Hunting mistakes not only fail, they also increase the danger. Overconfidence, such as ignoring small ripples or misjudging the current, can lead to unexpected alligator charges and trap teams, as was seen in a 2022 incident that injured 2 people.
Get him again. Go.
Ineffective use of ammunition allows alligators to escape, often becoming more aggressive when they return. Uncontrolled terrain disrupts hunting, while inadequate post-hunt planning, such as improper disposal of hides, can result in losses of up to $300, 0 cents. These mistakes leave communities more vulnerable to alligator attacks. Hunter Wari missed, grazing a crocodile by the shoulder. The 1,200-pound beast charged. A vague signal slowed the support shooter, and although the team escaped, the crocodile returned, destroying a barn and costing the village $200, 0 cents in livestock. A mistake that was not only dangerous, but also put the entire community at risk. Villagers are fighting back with creativity. 6-foot-tall pens with secure gates reduce break-ins by 65% in trials. Night patrols with motion sensor lights and alarms deter crocodiles, saving dozens of lives each month. Training to improve hunters' aiming skills reduces errors by 40%. Managed hunts approved by village councils fund local needs like water systems at a cost of $350, 0 cents per hide. These combined strategies balance protection and sustainability. To stay safe, it is important to understand Papua New Guinea's laws, primarily the Crocodile Trade Protection Act 1974 and CITES obligations, which regulate hunting activities to prevent overexploitation, protect ecosystems, and ensure public safety. These laws govern who is allowed to hunt, how hunting is conducted, and how resources are managed, balancing human needs with environmental responsibility. Why are these regulations important? They prevent chaos and protect both hunters and villagers.
Wild boars reproduce rapidly and aggressively, threatening American agriculture. In 2023, economic losses will reach $2.5 billion USD. In each litter, the mother pig gives birth to 4 12 piglets, 2 litters per year. The number of wild boars increased rapidly, causing heavy losses to farmers. They destroy fields and bulldoze crops, traveling in herds 10 to 50 animals, destroying everything. Omnivorous, 200 pounds, 6 feet tall, sharp jaws. The mother pigs searched for food on the farm, leading to conflicts with people. Although many measures such as hunting and fencing have been tried, the number of pigs still increases. Cornfields provide a diverse food source for wild boars, including young corn roots and other plant parts, the dense foliage of corn leaves, and the height of corn plants that provide protection and shelter for wild boars, helping them stay away from light and predators. The ideal habitat in cornfields is why wild boars like to hide here. Each year, wild boars cause significant damage to cornfields during the harvest season, estimated at up to $1 billion USD and about 15% of total output. If you believe that the wild boar herd deserves to be dealt with, please leave the number 1 in the comments section. However, wild boars also bring some benefits to nature. They help disperse seeds, control small animal populations, and provide food for other predators. Because natural food sources are not enough to feed their babies, mother pigs often have to look for more food on farms. This is the main cause of conflict between wild boars and farmers. Although people have taken many measures to deal with wild boars, such as using traps and building fences, the number of wild boars is still increasing. A quick solution to this problem is to use hunting to control the number of wild boars and protect crops and people. Hunters need a valid hunting license issued by the state government after the hunter completes a safety course. During the day, wild boars are often alert, so they are more difficult to approach. Hunters need to have good shooting skills and the ability to move silently and stalk their prey. Wild boars can run at speeds of up to 30 feet per hour. This speed makes hunting difficult, especially in rugged terrain. The fastest locations to defeat wild boars are the head and heart. In the US, Cody Robbins is known as the wild boar destroyer. He took down more than 10,000 wild boars during his career. Because wild boars are often less alert at night, it makes it easier for hunters to approach and take down their prey. According to a study by Texas A&M University, the number of wild pigs hunted at night accounts for about 60% of the total number of wild pigs hunted in Texas. Hunters are required to comply with local hunting laws and regulations. Helicopters have become an important element in wild boar hunting. Hunters can expand their search range and accurately determine the location of wild boar herds in a short period. The use of aircraft creates more favorable conditions for hunters when confronting large numbers. Renting a helicopter for hunting is very expensive. Costs can range from $2,000 to $5,000 per hour, depending on the type of helicopter, flight time, and accompanying services. In addition, hunters also have to pay for other expenses such as ammunition, hunting licenses, and pork processing fees. Helicopter hunting for wild boar is a controversial activity. Many people believe this is a cruel and unnecessary act. Using helicopters can affect the environment and other wildlife. Wild boar hunting is an activity that requires patience. Hunters may have to wait many hours to shoot down their prey. When facing a herd of aggressive wild boars, hunters need to stay calm to be able to carry out the kill accurately. Hunting tools are carefully prepared. In particular, hunters need to have an understanding of the behavior of wild boars to help hunters predict the direction of movement of their prey and have effective hunting strategies. Farmers' wild boar hunting skills are passed down from generation to generation, helping them protect their crops and livestock from wild boars. Always be alert and observe your surroundings when hunting to avoid being suddenly attacked by wild boars. Some people do not agree with the above method of killing wild boars because they think it is inhumane. That action hurts the wild boar. And you, do you agree with killing wild boars in the above way? Please comment number 1. If you disagree, please comment 0. Thank you for watching the entire video. like and press the channel subscription button to follow the next videos.
These approaches have been great at stopping the spread of some invasive species. Got any ideas for even better solutions? Drop your thoughts in the comments so we can all dive into it together. Thanks for sticking around and watching the whole video. If you liked it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And hey, be sure to tell your friends about us too so they can check it out. Bye and see you in the next video.